Well, it looks like we're going to have a few clouds moving in today, maybe a thunderstorm or two in the afternoon. It's going to be humid, high temperature of about 85 degrees. Then tomorrow, it gets even hotter. Temperatures start rising. We can expect a high of about 89 degrees tomorrow under partly cloudy skies. The storms will be gone for just a day. Then they come back on Wednesday. Temperatures drop a few degrees. Look for a high of about 86 on Wednesday, followed by partial clearing on Thursday. Much cooler on Thursday. Temperatures are going to drop down into the 70s as afternoon highs, and that's after a morning low of about 60 degrees. Then on Friday, not much warmer, partly sunny, high of about 78 degrees, getting slightly milder as we head into the weekend. Saturday will bring highs back up to about 82 degrees. Then on Sunday, mostly sunny early in the day. It'll be warm, but we may get some afternoon thunderstorms on Sunday.
Well, that familiar voice, of course, belongs to none other than longtime Good Morning America weatherman Spencer Christian, who, by the way, still does the weather out in California and does a darn good job. But he's here today to talk about his new book, among other things, You Bet Your Life, which reveals some struggles Spencer had that you probably didn't know about. Welcome back to Buffalo.
It's great to be back, Linda. Thank you.
Spencer would come in and do the skating shows for charity. Spencer would be on GMA when I would work the mornings and do the cut-in right after your voice. They would hear mine. And he was like our chief when you were the network guy. Come on in with all of our local affiliates. It was just the best. And to make sure that you came to Western New York and got to meet us was always a thrill for us.
It was always a thrill. You know, Phil Booth, the legendary Phil Booth, who was the king of television broadcasting in Buffalo for many years, was my boss at Good Morning America. And he said, early on in my stint at GMA, you know, TV is all local. That's what it's all about. And he sent me on remotes all over the country in conjunction with the ABC affiliates to let them know that, you know, the network would come to their local community, and it worked out.
And because of that, you had some wonderful opportunities. What on earth would you say would be some of the pinnacles of the things that they would send you to?
Oh my gosh. Well, I went to local festivals and parades and things like that, county fairs all over the country. But I also got big stories, you know, of course, weather disasters.
Oh, yes.
I was sent on 14 hurricane assignments.
Oh my gosh.
I was in floods,
you were the
blizzards,
king of the hip boots.
All of that. Yeah, the hip boots, right? And the waders.
The wind and everything else.
Yeah. But I also covered the Democratic National Convention, the Republican National Convention, interviewed presidents and candidates for president. So I had as rich and as rewarding a journalistic experience as a weather person could have.
Mike Randall had a chance to sit on the GMA set. He filled in for you one time. Yeah. It was very cold in New York, and we did a live hit from Buffalo, and I got to be on GMA once. To let people know it wasn't so bad in Buffalo.
Right.
But you were always so gracious with all of us, Spencer, and I miss you still.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Linda. Well, I enjoyed what I did. You know, I love what I do, and I love the people with whom I did it.
We had a great time. Something about weather people.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're special, aren't we? We're special, yeah.
But what people didn't know is that you were struggling with a huge problem that lasted 30 years, and you are so candid about it in your book.
I had a gambling problem. I started gambling in the late 1970s. I loved that casino environment. And I just got hooked on it. And although it never interfered with my work, it kept me living on the verge of financial collapse for as long as I gambled, which was about 30 years.
And some of your coworkers knew.
Many of my coworkers knew that I enjoyed gambling, that I loved going to the casinos, I'd make frequent trips to Vegas or Atlantic City, but I don't think any of them knew the depth of the problem I had. And how it was eating away at me, and you know, I had sleepless nights worrying about how to pay the bills, and I was ashamed of myself. I didn't want people to know that I was making such foolish choices.
The thing is, you had this opportunity with the network, which we all dream about, and you blew through all that money, Spence. That had to be hard for you.
I lost over $3 million in my 30 years of gambling.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I took care of my family. I paid the tuition. I paid the mortgage and all that. And I enjoyed my work, so I showed up every day with a genuine smile on my face. I wasn't forcing it. But, you know, I was worried constantly about how to keep things in balance and not let people find out how foolish I had been.
Can you tell me what was the moment when you stopped that it took hold? Because you tried to stop a million times.
Yeah, I did. I tried to stop a number of times. The really pivotal moment was around 2011 or 12. My daughter Jessica was planning to get married, and she sat down. You know, in the Old South, we have in circles of faith, we have the expression, a come to Jesus moment.
Yes.
I had a come to Jessica moment. That's my daughter. She said, Dad, as you know, I'm planning to get married. I'm going to bring grandchildren into your life. She said, there's so many things about you that I love and admire, but I'm worried about what you're doing with your life. And she said, is this the behavior you want to model for your grandchildren?
Wow.
Is this the way you want to be remembered? Is this the legacy you want to leave? And that's when I thought, I'm done with gambling.
This is such a powerful thing that you share, because let's face it, we here in West New York, we're surrounded by casinos.
Yeah.
There might be a lot of people who are saying, I got to read this book, because they're stuck in the middle of that too.
Yeah.
And you're so honest about it.
Well, I had to be. I mean, I had to confront my demons honestly, and it, you know, it took some courage, it took some strength, but I needed to confess.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I needed this. Writing this book was a cathartic experience, and it was like a confession, a cleansing confession. I wanted to tell the truth about what I'd been hiding, and it seemed to relieve me of all the guilt and the anxiety and the self-loathing that had built up over all those years.
Now, Charlie Gibson wrote, this is going to be great if you're really done with it.
Yeah.
But if you fall back, not so good.
That's
but
right.
you have not fallen back.
No,
You believe this is going to stick for life.
Oh yeah. I know it will, because I lost my desire. See, I had gotten to a point in the gambling, Linda, where it wasn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
I was just chasing losses, hoping for that big win to cover all the many, many losses. And it was stressful. It just wasn't fun. The thrill was gone. So now that it's over, I know it's really over.
It's a phenomenal read, everybody. It's a wonderful book. You Bet Your Life: How I Survived Jim Crow Racism, Hurricane Chasing, and Gambling, by our wonderful Spencer Christian, who's still part of our family. And you'll be happy to know Keith Radford is doing a story with Spencer a little bit later on this afternoon. You can get the book, I would assume, everywhere.
You can. You can get it out. You can get it at your favorite bookstore, at Barnes & Noble, at Amazon, booksellers online, or actual bookstores, walk-in bookstores.
He's amazing. He gave me mine. I'm giving him.
Yes.
I'm giving him mine. He gave me his. It's awesome. We both have stories to tell.
Still smiling.
Thanks. Thank you so much. We
Thank
love
you,
you,
Linda. Thank you so much.
All right, we can still pray for you.
I'm praying for you too.
Thank you. We'll take a break and be right back.